Hello to our loyal viewers. Today, we have gathered to explore the exciting realm of Cloud Native Warehouse Management Systems, or also known as WMS, and their pivotal role in revolutionizing warehouse operations. As the digital landscape continues to evolve day by day, businesses are embracing cloud-based technologies and systems to streamline their processes and also to enhance efficiency and also drive their business growth. In this interview today, we will dive into the fundamental concepts of Cloud Native WMS, uncover the advantages over traditional systems, and also shed some important light on how they empower warehouses to thrive in the era of digital transformation. Here with me today, we have two esteemed experts in the field that will uncover one by one. Starting here on the far left, we have Kim, Country Manager of Zebra Technologies Malaysia. How are you today, Kim?
Very good, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Just to gear up our viewers' knowledge about Kim, here's a little introduction about her. With over 20 years of experience in the field of sales, business development, and operations, Kim has played a pivotal role in driving Zebra's business growth in both Malaysia and also Brunei. Her result-oriented approach and expertise in maximizing profitability have consistently led to exceptional sales and also operational excellence. And here in the middle, we have the esteemed Aw, founder and managing partner AC2 WAVE. How are you today, Aw?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, everybody.
Just like Kim, a little introduction about Aw. Aw is a leading figure in the supply chain and logistics software for about 25 years. Aw is also renowned for his expertise in leveraging technology to optimize warehouse management and also drive cost efficiency throughout businesses. Now, as we have gotten past our introduction, be prepared to join us as we embark on a journey to discover the transformative potential of cloud-native warehouse management systems. We will start with the first question. Beginning with something light and easy for our viewers out there to smoothen their knowledge, we will start with digitalization still rampant in the Asia-Pacific region. How does digital transformation start in the warehouse? Maybe we can start first with Aw, and then Kim can chip in a little bit on her points.
Okay, all right. So if you look at why we want to start from the warehouse is a foundation of all the data. It generates vast amounts of data such as inventory level, order history, and also labor performance. So if we are able to collect this data accurately, then it becomes very meaningful. So meaningful data means you can do meaningful analysis, and which means at that time, then you can gain certain variable insights of your whole entire operations. Now that is important because by then you will be able to make informed decision. You can then do optimization of your operations, enhance planning and maybe some forecasting, and definitely you will achieve cost saving.
Yeah, I mean, from what Al actually mentioned, is already clearly show that in this digital era is very much our customer already having higher expectation. They really know what they really want. They want a faster and more accurate order fulfillment. They want to digitalize their warehouse with technologies, putting in the ruggedized devices such as like scanner, mobile computers, or even some of them who has actually wanted a more advanced solution, they actually place in RFID solution. Yeah. So all this actually going to help the business to actually enhance the operational efficiency, bringing them more, I would say, accurate data for them to actually make decisions, just like what Al actually mentioned, to have a better operational visibility and also to be able to track the operation and also processes in making the right decision for their critical mission, I would say. And with this, this allow them to actually meet the customer demands and also create their own competitive advantage to some extent. So it's very much when a warehouse operation, I would say the software been placed in or been created, that is something being part of the broader supply chain ecosystem actually. So this digital transformation in a warehouse actually enable a seamless integration together with the rest of the supply chain processes and also activities per se. So with this, that actually provide a better visibility on the entire operation and also contribute to a more efficient workflow. So in this warehouse modernization, in the Zebra term that we call it, there's actually 5 phases. The very first phases is actually where to improve operation. It can be the individual basis, improving individual worker productivity. That's where we actually equip them with a scanner, we equip them with a mobile computer, so then they can actually perform their work in a faster manner, and also scanning the barcode more accurately, so then they can actually input, have this data being input in the system, bringing back for other activities or analysis, for example. So, the employee can be equipped with rugged mobile computer, can also have some of these barcode printer to be placed strategically in their ease of their workflow. So in their phase 2 is also where we want the team of the employees to be able to connect to each other, because that actually increase the collaboration, and that actually give better productivity and smoothen the workflow even more, I would say. And that also enable the team to communicate to each other in their tasks that they're being performed, and that to some extent will also help the warehouse employees, say, to be more efficient, even picking up their orders to some extent. Then next phase is where we call integrate. Integrate is where we wanted the customer to have better visibility of the assets, also better visibility of the productivity of the devices being used. That is where we actually have our mobile computer or our scanner is where the data being collected, and that actually allow the users to have better visibility on those usages. Then next phase is where we call it anticipate and also response, because we actually have the data collected. That's where we actually, the layman term we call massage, or we call analysis, and when this analysis of the data been provided, that actually allow the management or the supervisor to actually make a better decision, or faster decision making process being achieved, and of course then it's actually all real time we're talking about, and that allows multiple operation team to be able to collaborate better to some extent. And the phase 5 is actually prescribe and also adapt. With all this data being gotten, the analytic can come in place, and that can actually provide a better solution or suggestion as in how can a management improve their processes and improve their workflow, remove bottlenecks, and to achieve agility of the entire supply chain. So this is very much depending which stage that the customer is in now and which stage that they wanted to progress later. Yeah.
And I think to chip into that, the one very key point that Kim talked about is real-time data exchange. Because if you have real-time data exchange, you gain a lot of insights. Yes. You're able to see order status, you're able to respond to your customer better, your customer service level will increase. You have a happier customer will always create happier bosses. So I think with Cloud Native, and probably we'll go a bit more detail into Cloud Native later, the advancement of such technology right now allow us to do a lot of things that we couldn't do previously. Right?
With our viewers already understand a little bit of the brief explanation given by these two experts, we're going to dive a little bit further. This second question will be a two-parter. For this, for those who do not know, warehouse management system has been up and alive for quite some time already. And now the first part of the question would be, how have WMS or warehouse management systems have evolved over the years, especially since the start of the global pandemic in 2020? Followed by the second part, what sort of capabilities should companies and businesses be looking if they want to implement these features? Any one of you can start.
Okay, all right. I'll start first. All right. WMS has been in the market for a long time. It has undergone a significant evolution in the last few years, especially during pandemic, because I believe pandemic has further accelerated the transformations of WMS. We are in the era of unprecedented technological advancement. The pace of change is actually faster than ever before. We as an organization and everybody, businesses, they have to adapt to this changing landscape or risk being left behind. That is for sure. Like for example, the revolution of cloud native technology allow applications to be like a Lego blocks right now, right? You can pick and choose which one you like and then form together a unique enterprise solutions for an organizations. Take our WMS, for example. You can use your existing ERP or choose a new one. Pick the best CRM solution that you like. Hook on to Lazada, Shopee, WooCommerce, Shopify, and then form a unique enterprise solutions for an organizations, right? And I think that technology is very, very powerful. Right.
Yep, I mean, just to share a little bit more or share further as in what I'll actually mention, I'll give you an example. We actually work with AC2 WAVE WMS in a project for a tire warehouse. Oh. So this tire company has multiple warehouse, small warehouse, and it's scattered around. So if you would imagine, previously the very traditional era is where you have to set up the infra, the entire network infra, which is going to be very costly and is a massive exercise, right? That's now, right. All what the customer need to do is actually get a SIM card enabled Zebra devices. It can be a mobile computer or you can be a tablet. That is where you just need to utilize data, and our device is actually 5G enabled, so it's ready. That is where the warehouse, the WMS system is actually been set up just in that manner. It's actually very simple and I would say efficient, and we would not be able to do it if there's a cloud native WMS system, right? So with this is also where we actually allow or enable the warehouse employees to be able to access the system with these mobile devices, so that they can actually perform their tasks immediately, can also enable them with real-time data tracking, inventory tracking, putting up information, processing orders, and also performing any other task management through these mobile devices. And these actually allow them to be very mobile, enhancing productivity and also reduces paperwork, and of course then with that it should improve accuracy, because with a lot of manual or manual data collection or manual data entry, they're actually prone to a lot of I would say errors. Yeah. So this is where we also strongly encourage that customer actually look at really explore, open your mind to actually explore to these cloud native WMS system that to help them to be more efficient into their day-to-day operation.
Yeah. If you look at it, cloud native, we have 5G right now, and 5.5 is coming up.
Yeah, that's true.
We just heard the news. I don't know, 6 will come out soon, followed by 5.5. But cloud native enabled something that nobody is able to do before. Because one of the questions you say, what capability should we look for WMS? And I think one of the very important one is to look for a WMS that can auto upgrade itself, right? So by auto upgrade itself, you stay relevant, right? Cloud native enable real-time data exchange. Some non-cloud native also claim that they can do that. Fine, that I think it's okay also. But cloud native allow future up-to-date real-time exchange. You just imagine Shopee might change their API, Lazada might change it, certain ERP might change it. With all this thing going on, they change it because they want to adapt to the ever-changing customer demands. Customer changed, we as a customer, consumer, we like to change and we demand a lot of things. Now this pattern keep changing. Now, in order to adapt to this changing landscape, you look for a WMS that can always upgrade itself, so you always stay relevant. The real-time data exchange always facilitate collaborations. We do a lot, we collaborate with Zebra, our WMS best used in Zebra devices. All these things is so that the company stay relevant in the industry. And also, if you look at the real thing, everybody talk about robotics. Robotics is about streamlining the operations, right? And the whole purpose is so that an operation can pick faster, deliver more, with less manpower or lesser manpower. And the whole idea for that is so that your efficiency can improve. You want to reduce the error rates, and you want to enhance productivities. Now you want to be able to increase your throughputs, right? And with that, the integration part, which we keep talking about integration, the integration part, the pandemic, my opinion, the pandemic has actually accelerated the whole entire growth of e-commerce, right? But however, that also doesn't mean that, because everybody talk about B2C, B2C, but that does not mean that B2B is disappearing. It is not, right? And we look at the trends. Right now, a lot of organizations want to operate both B2B and B2C at the same time using the same software. Now, a lot of people cannot do that. With Cloud Native, because it evolved together, it grew together with the companies, and the Cloud Native, and you do auto upgrades, right? And so you always stay relevant. Just like our WMS is highly configurable. It caters for both B2B and B2C. It enhances overall operational efficiency, that is for sure. And the AI, robotic AI and all those things that coming in. The autonomous supply chain, we have thought about autonomous supply chain for many years, but right now, because of the evolution, it's increasingly promising that we can finally soon to have certain supply chain being autonomous, right? But there's one catch. The catch is Cloud Native, because you are not going to see AI being installed locally. You are not going to have a server and then say, oh, I want to install AI on it, or put a cloud-hosted machine, put a VMware there and say that, okay, I want to host my AI there. You're not going to see that. And because of that, the updates need to be automated, right? The updates, the integrations, it has to be seamless and automated so that the application itself is live. It lives together with us and grow together with us.
Yeah, given that what Al mentioned, I mean, the Cloud Native system has actually, provided a lot of benefits to, I would say, the customers.
That's true, yeah.
Having said that, based on our observation, there are still many companies, especially the SME, the small medium businesses company, they have not, I would say, explore, into this automation and also digitalization system, because they have this concern with the huge investment.
Yeah.
They actually thought of it's very costly, but earlier actually mentioned things have been much more simplified, So, but we also I would say recommend the customer can actually think of the 5 stages that I actually shared, the 5 stages of warehouse modernization phases. They can actually choose and see which stage is actually more relevant to them. So for example, if this customer now is actually using pen and paper, then there's only logical that actually start off with phase 1. And they can actually plan it through and chart their blueprint of their expansion plan, and pace it out with their development, with their needs accordingly. So they need not rush over it, and they can slowly scale up their digitalization. And imagine if the company actually failed to look at this advancement, there's also I would say area that they will be missing out. Things like, for example, efficiency. They will miss out efficiency. They will be inefficient to a certain extent because they will not be able to gain productivity with manual way of doing things in this era, to be honest. They will actually experience lower productivity, tend to have more errors if things are being done manually. They take longer time to actually process an order, to also fulfill an order to a certain extent, right? And with lack of data availability, that also not going to help them in making fast decision. And with all this mentioned is where then the entire supply chain will not be agile. Imagine we are talking about agility nowadays, and if this warehouse they can't achieve that kind of agility status, then they will be left behind to a certain extent, and this is not going to be their competitive advantage in competing against other vendors or in their competition field.
But I think agile is important, and that is the reason why the capability of WMS, you must find something that can auto-upgrade itself. Because then you are agile, you can respond to demand very fast. And I think the other thing that Kim mentioned is this also. If you want to, if you are SME, you started with paper right now, you don't have to go paperless immediately, right? You can go paperless, right? A little bit first, then slowly improve
step by
on
step.
that. And if you are SME and you are listening to this SMEs, SME always think that high-end, good WMS always very expensive. Not true. Talk to us. Right? We will be able to help you. Right? And I think Kim, Zebra has certain partner with certain organization that can also do certain installment.
Yeah,
Right.
in fact, a lot of customers, they are not aware that in the current trend, a lot of company, they wanted to use a CAPEX or something else. They actually, look into operational expenses, OPEX, we call it in short. They actually use OPEX to advance, the expansion plan. How are they going to do that? It's like, they actually work with listing company. They also work with certain partners who's actually able, to let them make a monthly payment or on subscription model. So then they do not need to give up their expansion plan or advancement plan, and they can actually embark into their digitization or automation journey right away. And so then they can actually achieve, the competitive advantage, or we call it competitive edge for the company to be even, ahead of their friendly competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I, so when company purchase a WMS, don't stay stagnant. Don't gone are the days that you install something, put it there, you don't touch it. We used to say, not itchy, don't touch.
Yeah.
And that WMS version stay there for a long time. And 5 years, 6 years, 7 years later, you were forced to change because number one, maybe it's discontinued already. And then you have to upgrade, or because of certain capability or features that you want, then you need to upgrade. And that exercise usually is very time consuming and very expensive, right? So why do that? Why not Cloud Native auto upgrade itself? You always stay latest all the time and immediately. It's seamless, right? Today you sleep, tomorrow new version is available and you continue to use it without even knowing that the version is being upgraded, unless you read the email because there's product announcement, right? So I think Cloud Native technology has changed so much, and pandemic just accelerated the whole entire change. And and you just have to, everything is ever changing. It's changing so fast right now, and you don't adapt to it, you're just going to be left behind. That's for sure, right?
And the entire motion, we're also looking at scalability.
Yeah.
Create
Scalability,
system and
agile.
also devices. Yeah.
So Aw did mention a little bit about AI and technology. So we want to dive into this hot topic where people have been talking about AI and technology replacing humans and taking their jobs, especially in the event of the introduction of, I would say, generative AI like ChatGPT earlier this year. Everyone has been talking that these robots can take over their jobs and, they are left with nothing to do. So, but it seems like WMS, it's a little bit different, right? So can you explain how warehouse management systems and their technology can actually augment their abilities and improve warehouse staff morale other than replacing humans?
I think every time there's an industry revolution, everybody seems to have the similar debate. We have the same debate in IR 2.0 and IR 3.0. Or everybody is worried about automation will replace human, and here we are right now, right?
Still working.
Yeah. So I believe WMS can augment and enhance employee abilities and morale. So say for example, let's look at efficiency and accuracy. You do not want employee to handle repetitive tasks. You want it to be less, maybe monotonous, right? Not the same thing all the time. And technology can help you do so. WMS, you can automate certain things like put away, sorting, and picking. Once you automate this, the employee now have more times to do value-added services. The value-added services will be like, for example, it can look at replenishment. Now it has more time to look at replenishment, monitoring stock level, be able to maybe negotiate or early procurements or early reordering of certain stocks. And because you have meaningful data right now, once you implement WMS, you can do meaningful analysis. The analysis can help to improve overall productivities, and definitely not doing all the repetitive tasks. It will reduce a lot of physical strains from the employees, and they will become more efficient and more happy or happier, right? And if you look at the real-time visibility that WMS can provide, they now can see on-hand quantity. They can see on-hand doesn't mean it is available. So whatever you see right now in the warehouse doesn't mean that it's available to sell, right? Because certain things might be on hold. Certain things, maybe the order is already being processed. The picker is on the way to come here to pick. So now they have the entire real-time visibility of the inventory level. They know exactly what is available, what is not available, and they can look at the order status. They can also do labor performance metrics, able to measure everybody's performance. And if you empower the data, real-time data for the staff, they can make informed decisions. They can be super proactive, right? They can do a lot of proactive actions. And from our observations, once you acquire the skills of knowing how to utilize warehouse management system, we have seen that the resume has improved quite a lot for them, and the market has such high demand for such expertise. Once they obviously have to acquire it, and company will have to invest in training and upskill the team so that they continue to stay relevant. The employee, once they know that the company keep training them, the loyalty is there. You become the experts in utilizing new technologies, and company keep giving you the opportunity for you to learn. And the commitment, such commitment to their professional growth, improve morale, definitely.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, adding on to what Al actually mentioned, there's also other benefit things like collaboration and also communication. Applying the warehouse management technology is where we actually include collaboration and also communication among team members, improve coordination among team members, and all this actually promote teamwork. And when you promote teamwork, actually reduce bottlenecks to a certain extent because things are actually smoother because they coordinate and speak and they talk, right? And that actually foster better synergy among the team member. And with that, when employees are actually more happy, connected, they felt, they are supported, that's where lots more job satisfaction and also better morale as an overall. And I'll also mention performance measurement, recognition and also rewards. That's where the KPI can be actually instilled by the management because in a warehouse management technologies is where the mobile devices can actually collect certain data, provide valuable data about the employee performance, on the fulfillment accuracy, the productivity, and also the efficiency marks. So this is where the management can actually use this to actually build a KPI and rewards accordingly to the employees to a certain extent, and that actually recognize their hard work as well in promoting the very positive working environment to them. And last but not least, we also talk about safety in the entire supply chain. Warehouse management technology is also where plays a very crucial part in this area because that actually helps to ensure the compliance with the product safety regulation. So how does it work is where I give an instance like device that the Zebra has, which is ZS300. This is actually an electronic sensor that can actually help to provide the enhanced temperature visibility throughout the entire supply chain flow, and that actually enable the contactless operation and also the adherence to the health organization. So I don't think so the employees need to worry that their job will be taken over, but the technology to come in to help them to be more efficient and also more productive, then they can actually add on more value back to the company.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's transparency of the data, the transparency of the performance. Because last time, if you don't have this, you work in the environment that is black box, right? You don't know what is your performance. If the operation say that, okay, I want to reward based on performance, you do not know what is your performance until the day that the reward comes. And then you might have arguments, right? How can I get less than him or whatever? There's no transparencies. Now with Cloud Native Warehouse Management System, because everything is real-time measurements is there as well. And by utilizing the devices like Zebra, we work together. We are able to give the whole entire performance in a very transparent manner. So employee will be happy. You look at it, there's no argument. Everything is there. It's everybody performance, and it will increase morale, in my opinion, right?
There you go, folks. Warehouse management systems and their technology is not here to replace you, but actually to elevate your abilities and also your mood. Now, as we have put some ease on the minds of our viewers out here, we will move on to our final question for today. I think for the last question, Kim could answer because this is more of her expertise and her field. In the context of Cloud Native WMS, how does the integration of Zebra's equipment contribute to the improved warehouse operations, efficiency, and also overall performance?
Yeah, the integration of Zebra equipments or devices with this Cloud Native Warehouse Management System, or in short WMS, can significantly contribute in the improvement of the entire warehouse operation, the efficiency, and also overall performance in several ways. One of the example is actually seamless device integration, we call it. I'm happy to actually tell you that Zebra is actually the leading provider for ruggedized devices, be it a mobile devices, barcode scanners, printers, and so on, which is actually widely being used in a lot of warehouses. And this integration between Zebra devices and this Cloud Native WMS system has actually enabled a very seamless communication and also data exchange, in the operation day to day. So warehouse staff can also easily scan the barcode, and transmit this information up to the WMS system, inventory, tracking the inventory information, performing tasks directly, with the devices, and also eliminating the need of manual data entry, for instance. So this actually gave them a lot of efficiency and fasten the workflow itself. And this integration definitely enhances speed, giving them a lot of accuracy in the data that they actually collected, as well as giving them a lot of efficiency in the entire warehouse operation as well. Next is also where earlier we talked a lot about real-time data capture. So using Zebra devices is also where that actually allows you to actually get the data real-time basis, because we actually have the barcode scanning capability that allow you to actually pick up and scan information required. And this can actually be captured in various stages in the warehouse environment or the warehouse processes, such as receiving of material, put away, picking up things, and also when is this going to be shipped, for example. So all this can be captured. And all this can be, include into the real-time process monitoring. That's where customer can actually make a better decision or faster decision in tackling information or tackling issues to some extent. So this will also increase the accuracy of the entire workflow to some extent. Next, I would also say mobile task management. When I say mobile, things can be very agile. People actually can use the Zebra devices, which is then integrated with the Cloud Native WMS system in managing all their tasks in the mobile manner. So they can actually receive their tasks through their mobile devices. They can actually prioritize, look at it, which one they need to prioritize, and can actually update their data accordingly, including viewing which pick list that they need to pay attention first, and also look at the information as required in doing that picking, for example. So this mobile capability has actually eliminate a lot of manual processes or manual paperwork, and that actually reduces the employee from walking back and forth in searching out things, and that is where allowing them to actually do a better and faster fulfillment overall. And the warehouse management, the warehouse employees, they can also be very efficient in navigating, in searching missing item, and also locate items, and also update their tasks through the mobile devices. So all this actually increase the turnaround time for all the tasks that they actually do with these mobile devices. Next, I can also think of device management maintenance. That is where we actually have this system that actually capture the information of these particular devices to see the productivity, to see, say, the battery health, to also see the locationing. So all these can be part of the device's maintenance to some extent. This will also then allow the customers, say the appointed admin, to remote manage these devices to some extent, update configuration and do troubleshooting in a remote manner as well. So warehouse manager that will be able to also track the performance of the device accordingly to the productivity of that particular employee also to some extent. So actually these give a lot of streamline of productivity, operational continuity to the management, and also help them in managing the costs of, say, battery maintenance or devices maintenance to some extent. And this is where help them to also elevate, their workflow productivity. And one last thing that I can also think of is enhanced collaboration and communication. In the earlier question that we shared, with the mobile devices that Zebra has, that actually help the employees to have a better collaboration and also communication among the staff, and real-time messaging, real-time task coordination, actually overall give them an overall improvement of the entire daily working processes too. So one more thing, probably analysis and also the performance insight. With all this data being captured is where they can actually use all this valuable data then again to actually provide insight to the productivity trends, looking through any workflow bottlenecks. Then they can actually come up with solution or suggestion as in how to improve it. And then again, they're actually giving a better productivity and also enhancement of a workflow status for the company. And hence, in a nutshell, is where the integration of Zebra devices with Cloud Native WMS system, this actually gave already a holistic solution that combines real-time data capture and also managing the mobile tasks given, managing the devices itself, providing collaboration tool among the employees, and also providing analytic capability. This we actually able to cover through this integration. And building this synergy within the warehouse operation. Again, I like to emphasize that actually gave us better efficiency as a whole, reduces errors, also streamline communication among the floor or the employees, and of course then providing the management valuable insight as in how to better improve the entire workflow or processes in the organization. And ultimately this particular integration will actually help the company or the organization to actually achieve higher productivity, better accuracy, overall performance, which then contributing to their bottom line and also the top line, of course, then.
Modern integration capabilities enable seamless data exchange in real time. That is always the case that we are working on right now. And also because of that, then we can streamline workflow. All these things, the important thing I believe is to have a future-proof solutions. Because everything should be up to date all the time, at any point of time, right? And as compared to traditional way of approaching solutions, you do custom develop, you need to update, it can be very complex later, it's prone to errors, it's very time consuming, and it's very costly.
Yep, agree.
And there you have it, a captivating discussion on Cloud Native warehouse management systems and their transformative impact on the warehouse operations. It is evident that Cloud Native WMS are making waves across the warehouse landscape, empowering businesses to streamline their processes, enhance productivity, and also adapt to the ever-changing digital era. Thank you to our insightful guests. We have Kim, we have Aw, for sharing their insights and also shed lights on the exciting possibilities of Cloud Native WMS. We hope that this interview and discussion that we have has provided our viewers with more valuable insights and also inspiration as they embark on their own digital transformation journeys. As always, stay tuned for more engaging content and industry insights from experts. Goodbye for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.